Welcome everybody to another video of Vinyl Addict. This is Chili, and on this day in rock, April 10th, 1989, the Cult released Sonic Temple, and I have some things I want to share regarding this album and some just the box set and some of the singles. Before I get into this, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, share this video, and if you still haven't, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for updates. Okay, so with that out of the way, yeah, this is a little poster I have framed about from the Sonic Temple World Tour. One Explosive Night, Bonham opened up for that show, I remember, and we'll go through some other things here first, like this 12-inch single, because Firewoman was the lead-off single which came out prior to the album, and it was on MTV, and it had the new drummer Matt Sorum on there on the video and everything. Now the album didn't have Matt Sorum on it. It had Mickey Curie from Bryan Adams' band, and he also played with Hall & Oates, and it was recorded in Canada, so with Bob Rock producing, and this was the first single, and it had of course, that iconic stance of Billy Duffy, and this is the NYC mix and the LA mix for Firewoman. Okay, so it was I thought it was a very great lead-off single. Before the album came out, it just it got me excited to say, like, wow, I wonder what the rest of the album is going to sound like. So that was a great opening kind of lead-off single. Second one, of course, was Edie Chow Baby, right? And these are the Beggars Banquet 12 inches, and here we have, how this one looks. And this has Medicine Train as the B-side and Love Removal Machine. Now, in the different formats for these singles, like for the CD single of this, it had Bleeding Heart Graffiti is the B-side or extra track, and they had a version of Little Devil Live taken from the same concert here. This is this Love Removal Machine is from the Hammersmith Odeon. March 87, so this is from the Electric Tour, and so they had Little Devil too, which was on the CD single, which was cool. Now we had this gatefold of Sweet Soul Sister, which was cool, and there's a B-side of the song called The River, and some live material. Now when this came out, Sweet Soul Sister and The River was the B-side. They, of course, had some live material, American Horse being one of them, from the BBC show broadcast that they had over there in the UK. And you had to wait for another vinyl to, because this one was when it was released, you only had that one record, and you had to wait to get the other one, and I got the other one, and this one was with Soul Asylum Live, and it has, of course, the Coca-Cola way of that they write the Cult with Sweet Soul Sister, the Rocks mix, so, really cool. And the whole thing about the whole Sweet Soul Sister song was Ian Astbury talking about that. The reason why it's written in the fashion of Coca-Cola was because he said that everywhere he went, he saw America and America's marketing and everything. So, in a nutshell, that's what he was kind of talking about. And so, but then, he has kind of like the American flag, but of course the 13 colonies, but with, of course, iron crosses, because that's what their style was. You always kind of wore that. Okay, so now we go into this. Okay, so just gonna show you what's in here. Of course, and there's the classic album. And this is when this came out, yeah, and they changed everything. I mean, I did love the Electric album cover. I think that's one of their best album covers. However, this one is very simple, and it's kind of showing Billy Duffy as the focal point, and then you got Ian in the background, and then there's Jamie Stewart in the back, right? The bass. So it's those three. Les Warner is not in this anymore, and he switched from his Falcon guitar to a Gibson. The hair is longer. Now in this gatefold here, this is the original inner sleeve of the album, because it was just one record, and the track list on the original was side 1, Sun King, Firewoman, American Horse, Edie Chow Baby, and Sweet Soul Sister. Side 2 starts off with Soul Asylum, New York City, Automatic Blues, Soldier Blue, and Wake Up Time for Freedom. So there's 9 songs on there. On the cassette and CD, they added, of course, Medicine Train. Now, I do like the way the track list is on the original, with Sweet Soul Sister ending, side 1, closing side 1, and side 2 starting off with the majestic kind of Kashmir Zeppelin thing going on with Soul Asylum. Here we are going to go with this track list. So it starts off with side 1, record 1, Sun King, Firewoman, American Horse, Edie, which sounds okay. Side 2 though, Sweet Soul Sister, Soul Asylum, New York City, Automatic Blues. Now, I do like Sweet Soul Sister, like on the end of side 1, and then side 2, starting with Soul Asylum. How they just go right back to back, I'm not used to, and I don't think I'll ever get used to it. It just, it just seems like Sweet Soul Sister is, that side 1 is just so classic. So, and then starting off, side 3, record 2, is Soldier Blue, Wake Up Time for Freedom, Medicine Train, and then The River, which is the B-side of that Sweet Soul Sister. Starting off with Soldier Blue is not bad, and then side 4, you have Bleeding Heart Graffiti, Messing Up the Blues, which is a B-side to Firewoman NYC Rock Mix, and Edie Chow Baby, which is an acoustic version from the Heart of Soul 12-inch, which is from the Ceremony album, which follows this one. Why they put it in here, I don't know. Maybe just because it's the song Edie, and but it's not from the same time. I think they should have put more songs with Matt Sorum on here that he recorded, like Spanish Gold. That would be on, of course, the box set they have, Rare Cult, and the best of Rare Cult. But that is still Sonic Temple stuff, and I don't know. They like this one right here. This is that Wembley record, recording of the Wembley 1989. Now they have the 2 songs. They're on the Sweet Soul Sister 12 inches here, but this is the track list. Side 1, New York City, Automatic Blues, American Horse, Sun King, and then side 2 is Soul Asylum, Sweet Soul Sister, and Firewoman. Now what is omitted is the songs they played from the Love album and the Electric album. And I believe that's on the other format. There's a CD, deluxe edition, and they added those songs on there. And there is a digital download too in here. However, I just felt like they should have just kept put the whole thing on here. You know what I mean? YTs, however, I mean, it's still cool, but, it just seems incomplete. Now, because I think hearing, just like when you heard the Electric tour or heard live material from Electric and they're playing the love songs and Dreamtime songs, and they're kind of, changing it up a bit. You know what I mean? When you heard, when I heard Horse Nation, played in the electric tour, it sounded different and it sounded cool. And they're playing, Revolution and songs like that from Love. And then when you hear them play it on this tour, like Rain and Sanctuary, it's just like, it's cool, and because they're adding that little Sonic Temple flair to it, of their older material. So, I mean, that's why I think they should also put those songs on there. So, also included in here is a bio of the band and, promo photo. So here is Sonic Temple and a bio of the band up to the point to Sonic Temple. So there's the press release, and of course this nice, really cool glossy of the guys. And Ian Astbury has that death skull on his hat, which is kind of reminiscent to Jim Morrison, because he kind of had a hat with the same thing on there. And they were, always kind of comparing him to Morrison. And at the time, Oliver Stone wanted to cast Ian Astbury as Jim Morrison, and for that Doors movie, which eventually had Val Kilmer. I don't think it would have been a cool idea, and I'm glad they didn't. However, when he did join the Doors 21st Century, and then he kind of did his hair like Jim Morrison, he did look like him. So, that's funny though. But here we go with this little booklet, and this has liner notes of Sonic Temple and some cool photos, of course. And this is a really thin read, and has some interview stuff of this album, with Bob Rock as well. I think he was very instrumental in changing and making the sound of the Cult. Ian was said to not really care about some of the stuff on here. He wanted to take the band to a more of a Cream Disraeli Gears approach, and they talk about that in here and stuff like that. And he didn't like the song Firewoman. However, Billy Duffy wanted to make arena rock and take them to the next plateau, which Bob Rock was all for, and so that's what they did. And here we have this little cassette here with demos, Sonic Temple demos. This has the Crystal Ocean, Kashmir, Edie Chow Baby, Bleeding Heart Revival, which became Bleeding Heart Graffiti, Star Child, which becomes Star from the Black Goat album, Medicine Train, New York City, and Firewoman rock demos. This has Sonic Temple radio promo, New York City version 1, American Horror, Sun King, Automatic Blues, Yes Man, Citadel, The River, Wake Up Time for Freedom, and this is recorded and mixed at Track Records, Hollywood, June 88, drums by Eric Singer. Of course, that is the drummer that was later in Sabbath, and he was in Kiss, but it ended up being Mickey Curry, of course. And then here is a laminate, all access kind of duplicate with a set list in the back, and some more of this stuff. Okay, it's like a little access thing. So that is that, and then of course I found this. This is a old Sonic Temple poster, as you can see. So I still haven't got framed, which I will, but one of my favorites. This is the original 3, There was, of course, other posters, promoting Sonic Temple, especially on the tour but they added Matt Sorum on there. This is just, to me, this is Sonic Temple. The album has these 3 guys. So that is my presentation of all this stuff regarding the Sonic Temple album, April 10th, 1989. What are your thoughts on this album? Is it like your favorite album? It is my favorite album because I do like I said, I like the Love album and the Electric album, and they're put together. The elements, you know, the heaviness of the Electric album, the raw kind of stuff, and then you have the cerebral and the atmospheric, the kind of alternative sounds of Love, and you know, the guitar tones like on the intro of Firewoman. You know, when you hear Billy playing those arpeggios, that's very, the guitar sounds like it comes from Love, you know. So it's just those little nuances and stuff. So that is my video. What are your thoughts? Again, leave me a comment, and with that I'll shut up and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.